The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
The role of a woman in the society is to submit. Birth control are the pills of the devil. Education is so fundamental to the development of a people. Hang murderers. Simple as that. What am I voting for? Voting will change nothing.
Tout le monde haïtien, como ye. God save the Queen.
It is a major scandal taking place in the country as the Prime Minister did Cosette. And then, of course, he appears to have forgotten. But he accused his own people of spreading fake news. But the Bible declares that he is a double-minded man, and my spiritual advisor, you will agree that he who is double-minded is unstable in all his ways. It's a serious thing taking place in the country when the words of a prime minister cannot be taken. And then, of course, a medical emergency is taking place in the nation as tuberculosis continue to increase, but our political leaders play it down. It's a very serious thing because Elutra is in crisis. The people are constantly calling me and they are complaining. And then, of course, there's Aram Bailey Senior High School. Have you seen the newspaper? And are you taking note of the escalation in the tuberculosis cases? We are in trouble. And I think Dr. Minnis should make a national address because there are many, many citizens who are concerned. So we're going to look at that. And then, of course, I told you about the allegation which was levied by the Auditor General, Terence Bastian. And today, I have with me the Commission of Inquiry report into the Loroquin and the HMBS Inagua incident. Who knows? I may take you down memory lane as I attempt to educate a number of people who appear not to be aware of the findings of this report. My spiritual advisor is with me and broadcasting live from ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And of course, I'm a member of the local Catholic Church Christian community. My spiritual advisor is Bradley Roll. Bradley, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Monker. How are you?
I was fortunate to have lunch and breakfast with the Honorable Bradley Roberts. He's written a wonderful book called Big Bad Brad. He's asked me to present you with a copy of this book.
Oh, how
He
generous
says
of
your
Mr.
daddy
Roberts. Wow.
and he
Yes.
are good friends.
Very good friends. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. I appreciate this book. God bless you. And
This
I will
is
definitely read the
Freedom March,
contents.
and we'll be back after the break.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker. We'll be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. My spiritual advisor, praise the Lord, is Bradley Roll. Bradley, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you once again, Mr. Monker. Thank you.
Yesterday, during the weekly broadcast of the Prime Minister's special Negro press attaché, Ace Newbold, he revealed that he had brought to the Commissioner of Police attention that there was a voice clip circulating in social media in which a Negro male identified himself as a member of the Free National Movement. And according to Ace Newbold, the Negro man has threatened the life of the Prime Minister. According to Ace Newbold, the Negro male complained over the economic hardship under an FNM government, and he also complained that he was one of the campaign workers of the National Security Minister, Marvin Dames. And notwithstanding how he worked hard in the campaign to get the Minister of National Security elected, Marvin Dames even ain't give him $20. And the man claimed that he's hungry and he is frustrated. And so, according to Ace Newbold, the man has threatened to harm the life of the Prime Minister. These are very serious allegations. And I call on members of the FNM. This is no way to conduct your political gripes. We have a history, where FNMs turned on one another in 1972. In our politics, we ought to avoid threatening the lives of the political leadership of our nation. When we resort to threatening people's life, to intimidating them, and attempting to commit murder, the politics has progressed to gangsterism. So it's serious. Now, I've read the quotes that Ace Newbold attributed to the Negro man. And from what he put in the newspaper, I do not conclude that he was threatening the Prime Minister. But Ace Newbold is more educated than I am, and he also went to school with the Prime Minister, St. Augustine. So I presume that his comprehension of the English language is greater than mine. So he should move expeditiously to refer the voice clip to the Prime Minister. But you Negroes are bringing down the standard of politics in the country when we are resorting to threatening the lives either of the Prime Minister and members of Parliament and or other political personality in our nation. It is interesting that the General of the Prime Minister threatened my life in the presence of a number of outstanding citizens. But I don't think Ace nor the Prime Minister thought that my life was important. Other than that, Minutes would have told the Negro man who he's given that big, fat, juicy contract at Arawak Key that that was inappropriate in our body politics. But nevertheless, I shall be waiting patiently to see how the police deals with this clip. And I call on Marvin Dames to manage his generals, that his generals should not stoop to a level where they're threatening the life of the nation leader. My special advisor, I doubt you have read that in the paper today.
No.
So that is a new thing.
Really?
Ace Newbold say he is sending it to the Commissioner of Police
Okay.
for further investigation.
Yeah, I guess rightfully so. I mean, if there is some threat to the nation's chief, there should be an investigation. You know, that's the correct thing to do.
And of course,
You
I think it's
understand that?
important because in 1972, F&Ms did take another F&M colleague in the back of a Paul truck
So this threat,
and murdered him.
this current threat, is coming from an F&M.
According to Ace Newbold,
Okay.
it is amazing what is taking place, that the condition affecting supporters of the governing Free National Movement is such that opposition forces need only stand at attention and leave them alone to self-destruct, threaten each other, and hopefully the Commissioner of Police will charge all of them and send them all to jail. And the PLP could then walk right in and take over the government. Well, we must have seen the newspaper. The headlines in the Nassau Guardian and the Tribune is fake news. You remember? I told you that Dr. Minnis appeared not to understand the Westminster system of government. He failed to recognize that the Gazette, in which he removed the portfolios from Romy Romaldo, can only take place once the Prime Minister would have advised the Governor General to do so. But Minnis denied it, even though it was gazetted. Minnis denied it. But now, Warren McCartney did some good journalism or journalistic investigation, and we now find that you have to be careful of what the Prime Minister tell you. I told you all it a long time, I said, listen, PM is pathologically dishonest. And some of you thought that I had ulterior motives. I had no ulterior motives. I just happens to be a member of the party who has observed him and who recognized that every time the Prime Minister tell you something, you better go check. You better go and check. So now the world knows that the Prime Minister on the 22nd of August this year did move Romy or certain portfolios from Romy. And you see, what I don't like about Minnis is he failed to recognize that my membership is intact. And I have my people in place in the party and in the government who keeps me abreast. Now, where is the Prime Minister not being politically honest? Minnis knows that Mr. Vish, who holds a senior position in BESS, complained to him over what Romy was trying to get him to do. The BESS Commission is supposed to be independent and is supposed to give the government objective advice on various environmental issues and policies. The next thing Mr. Vish know, Romy came in and trying to dictate to him. See, Minnis saying no, I know. And when Vish, who and Minnis went to the same school, so he know how to pick up the phone, called the Prime Minister and complained. So Minnis sucked his teeth and took all them things from Romy. Because Vish complained, Romy was supposed to not interfere with the BESS Commission. But that is what he did. And Vish complained. So that is how that go. And no matter what they tell you, take it from me. Because I have my people in the party and in the government. So that is what is taking place. But let's be fair to Minnis. Let's say Minnis forget. Let's say he's stressed out and he has forgotten. So when they ask you, why did Minnis move certain portfolios? There's a Negro man named Vish who holds either a directorship in Best or some big position, and he just got tired of Romy trying to dictate to him, failing to recognize that the Best Commission is supposed to be independent, and when it provides advice to the government, there should be no pressure, no threats, no bribes, no skullduggery. Just give the government the best objective advice. But Romy, what you expect when a man named Romy? So that is what that is. So that's how that go, eh? Minister do it, and I could have helped him, you know. But I decide I am not going to help him because I was told how to help him. And I decided, no, Minister's too mean and spiteful, and he's too double-minded. And you know what the Bible says about a double-minded person? What does Scripture say, my spiritual advisor?
But I don't understand. I mean, if you claim that you could have helped, I mean, why not use the Christian way of doing things?
Because the help
I
which
mean,
they wish for me to provide
doesn't make any
to
sense.
Dr.
They'll
Menace
help
is
any
not
else.
seep in Christianity. Please fix your mic.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. They wanted me to give a spin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to give a spin for Menace because Menace wouldn't repent.
Yeah.
Okay? So
But there was a mistake, because I understand that there was a portion of the portfolio that the Prime Minister was apparently dealing with, and some other portfolios of the Environment Minister was transferred. I guess there was an error.
there was no error.
Yeah, I think there was a
Menace-
mistake. The
Menace,
government
good
should.
friend. Listen to what I tell you, eh?
Okay, what happened?
Him and Menace went to the same school. Romy keep harassing the man. Keep trying to get the man to write right.
Oh.
Because principle do not, let me see if you know it. What principle don't do? Put bread on your table.
Okay.
Remember the 1984 Commission of Inquiry? And so the man got mad. And Romy didn't know that the man was closer to Menace because him and Menace went to the same school.
You think that's what it was?
I'm telling you what it is. Don't you know who I am? Huh? My people in the party, you know.
Wow.
And they keep me up to date
Okay.
with what
So that's
is
something,
going
That's something
on.
internal.
Yeah, of course it's internal. What do you mean? My source?
No, what happened in the transfer of those portfolios?
Yes, Romy wouldn't leave the man alone and let the man do what he's supposed to do. He wants to dictate to him.
Okay.
All right? So the man got tired and picked up the phone and called Menace. That is what I've been advised.
Okay.
And I very
Yeah, but how credible is your source, though?
Listen, my source is so credible. Okay? Every F
Yeah,
and M.
that puts a different spin on everything.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. They should have dealt with it correctly and admit that it was a mistake and move on.
Yeah. But I
All right.
think it is just Menace. Okay? Now, where is my law books? My spiritual advisor,
There you go.
should I now teach the Negro people about the Lorquin? You see, it is so important in a democracy that the historian keep an accounting of what is taking place, because failing to do so, things happens, and when they do happen, you would not be able to go back into history to compare some things. You see, in 1990, was it 1990? Let me make sure, because it is so important to be accurate in this day and time. So it was when? In let's get to it. Yes, let's get to it. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Around 1992, the Lorquin came into the country. It was an American boat. It had plenty cocaine. And it came with a view to entrapping local officials. But Inagua came across it. And when Inagua came across it, they arrested the Lorraine. But they did not realize that on board the Lorraine were undercover United States of American undercover agent / drug smugglers. And so they confiscated the boat. They arrested the boat with a view to taking it to the base. But the Commission of Inquiry found that Inagua started dilly-dallying and wouldn't quickly go. And in the process, couple sack apparently disappeared. And then it finally got there. And I want you to see what they say. They say a total of 50 packages disappear from the Lorraine between the time she left Nassau Yard Haven and her arrival at the Pearl Harbor base. You heard me? 50 packages of the coke got missing. You see why Bastian would be very concerned about what happened to the guns and the bullets, because he would also be aware of the Commission of Inquiry report into the Lorraine. And based on the history, we know 50 packages. And when we talk about packages, we're talking about half a croaker sack of cocaine went missing. That's why we have to constantly keep the Defense Force base under surveillance, because the history has shown us what happened between the Yard Haven and the Defense Force base. When it became clear to the police that 50 packages totaling some 100 kilos of cocaine had gone missing, their investigation into that theft was rudimentary and perfunctory. A sting operation which Constable described in cryptic and vague terms. Having failed, the matter was quietly laid to rest, to be resurrected only belatedly by the appointment of the Commission of Inquiry. They didn't know that the cocaine that they had stolen was cocaine belonging to a big, big man, the United States of America. It was their coke. And Uncle Sam ain't allow nobody to thief their coke. It's cocaine day, as we discussed.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. I'm looking at the Commission of Inquiry report into an investigation involving HMBS Inagua, a Defense Force vessel, who arrested a United States of American boat called the Lorraine, which had a number of undercover drug smugglers working for the U.S. government with a view to a sting operation that went bad. And when it was all over, controlled cocaine that should have been controlled by the United States agents and other agents of the Bahamas, all kind of bag went missing as the coke safely got out of their hands. And that is why it is always terrible when a poor Negro government agree to a superpower bringing drugs into their country. It wasn't control. They think I fool. It was a wonderful way to get cocaine on our streets. And the Commission of Inquiry has been very concerned over how much cocaine went missing. Man was plenty coke. It was one beautiful game, coke. So they got to the base. See, I'm jumping through it. And they got through the base, and according to the commission, the packages were counted 3 times, each resulting in a different total. Can you imagine it? All that cocaine. They said, let's count it 3 times. The first time, it was amount A. So they said, let's count it again. Amount B. Let's count it again. As if they could not agree. Because games were being played. And so, according to Commander Fowler, the group came up with a total of 192 packages. The Lorrikin was then ordered by him to be towed to the ship, where it was lifted out of the water and an additional package found on board, making the final count 193. So first, they keep counting. Finally, they agree on 192 package. Have some big bags. So they lift the boat up, and by grab, somebody had a bag stash. So they found the stash bag. It's now 193. You see why Terence Bastian, the Auditor General, is concerned about the amount of guns and bullets and the failure of accountability, because we have in our history this boat, where we know the United States of American cocaine disappeared. You hear me? And nobody has been able to give us a proper account. Right down there from the Defense Force. That is why men like the Auditor General is concerned. And that is why people like Marvin Dame should not rush to side, because Marvin didn't know what was going on. Was Marvin a policeman when this took place? So I just want to show you why I am compelled to side with Terence Bastian. So the Royal Bahamas Defense Force receipt was made out by a woman Marine. 193 packages and signed by a police and a Defense Force commander. And so they gave another commander, well, he gave evidence of having himself prepared and signed a Defense Force receipt for 193 packages, which was also said to have been signed by a police officer. However, neither the original nor any copies of this receipt was at any time presented to the commission. The original receipt signed by one of the commanders of the Defense Force and a police officer was tendered in evidence. The final count at Coral Harbor was logged by a woman Marine in the intelligence log book and by a commander of the Defense Force and the duty operation officer log book. In his report dated the 8th of July 1992, on the part he played in the entire incident, this Defense Force commander asserted that 100 packages were placed in the trunk of one of the police vehicles and 93 were placed in the trunk of another, and 2 crew members of the Lorrikin were handed over to the police officers. And the commander says, the commander is the only witness who spoke with that degree of precision about the amount of packages placed in each vehicle. And at 4:26 a.m. on the morning of June 21st, the Drug Enforcement Unit officers left Coral Harbor. and the destination was the police drug storage house in Oaksville. And it is the evidence of all the police officers involved that 4 vehicles left Coral Harbor traveling in a convoy led by a marked police vehicle, followed by the 2 unmarked vehicles carrying the drugs, followed in the rear by a vehicle driven by a Defense Force commander. The unmarked police vehicle was driven by by 2 constables, with a prisoner in each and 2 constables on board. And among the passengers in the marked lead vehicle were a senior policeman who gave evidence before the commission. All of the police witnesses give evidence that the 4 vehicles left Coral Harbor, one behind the other, and traveled together in that formation, directed to the drug storage house. And their evidence was that the convoy did not proceed at any undue speed, did not stop or divert at any point along the way, and that the vehicles arrived together as they had in Coral Harbor at the drug storage house. All right? Now, this is when it becomes more curious. This is when all kinds of drugs went missing. And nobody could tell the commission what happened to the coke. That is why Thomas, that is why Mr. Bastian, the Auditor General, is concerned. Because this almost smell the missing invoices for the guns and the ammunition. This is like a replay of the Lorraine, where between the American drug agents, the Defense Force, and the Royal Bahamas Police Force, all kind of cocaine start disappearing. And nobody today can tell us what happened to it. I have deliberately skipped over some of their names because 1 or 2 has since found the Lord. 1 or 2 are now preaching. And since they claim that they are saved and sanctified, I decide I wouldn't call their name because I wouldn't want the saints in their church to know that they were nothing but a bunch of scallywag and all that cocaine between the Defense Force, the police force, and the American agents disappeared just like that. And the commission can't tell who went with the coke. All right? It's all kind of things right here in this book. But, you know, some say they're now saved. And since they found Jesus, I don't want to call their name. But I doubt they are saved.
It's the pastor, Mr. Monica.
My spiritual advisor, if you steal the coke,
but it's the past.
And you found Jesus.
When this commission happened? 92?
No. 2004.
Okay, 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2017. That's 13 years ago.
Yeah, but what happened to the coke? You hear me? I was
what
told
is done is done,
that
Mr.
the
Monica.
coke was so pure that they could have gotten a knife and just cut coke.
So, the commission inquiry, did it find anybody guilty? Because it seems as if somebody was smuggling drugs. That's the appearance.
Well, the commission of inquiry did give an interesting finding. And, of course, a number of Negroes lost their jobs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right?
Negroes representing who?
Of the Defense Force.
Okay.
The police appear to have been able to get away.
Oh.
The police was always smarter than the Defense Force. All right?
Yeah.
So this
I
is
that.
what is taking place. And that is why we are upset by Marvin siding with the Defense Force as opposed to staying neutral. Because following upon the collapse and controlled delivery operation, it was clear that agents of the DEA and through them, the United States government were aware that drugs were missing from the Lorraine and suspected members of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force with being complicit in their removal. All you have to do is go to page 75. Reaction by United States authorities. The Americans were so upset when they discovered their coke was missing that they got $7,000. And with that $7,000, they were able to identify Defense Force officers who for $7,000 then began to call names. You see? So that is why I am siding with Terence Bastian, because I have the Commission of Inquiry where the United States government put all that cocaine. I think they start mostly from Exuma as they trace the sailing of the Lorraine with all the cocaine. And they have had things in the cocaine where they could tell where the cocaine boat was. And the United States government was very upset when they discovered that the coke was missing. The United States authorities was evidently and rightly concerned about the disappearance of 50 packages of cocaine from the custody of members of the crew of the HMBS Inagua. The commission heard evidence that no doubt as a result of those concerns, a large and more elaborate operation was being planned to test the fidelity of the crew of the Inagua, with the potential to prove conclusively the disposition of persons on that ship. This proposed operation was vetoed by the United States authorities. That proposed operation was never carried out by the United States authorities, and the evidence is that this was done to prevent embarrassment to the government of the Bahamas and the United States, because as smart as the white man thought he was with his agents and the cocaine, our boys, the Defense Force and the police force, outsmart them and escape with 50 bags of cocaine. And so the Americans were being embarrassed. They could not believe that island Negroes was able to outsmart them and end up with 1/3 of the cocaine. It's right here. Right here. See, I know you always forget, but I don't forget, because I attended the Commission of Inquiry practically every day. And if they had 5 people attending it, they had plenty. Y'all was too busy. Y'all didn't understand the importance. I went because I couldn't believe that a government of the United States of America could do that to us. Their superpower. Bin Laden was intimidated. The Americans say they want to bring little coke in the country. How you can tell the Americans don't bring no coke? I was going to tell them, listen, please don't bring no coke in this country, because we have already had an epidemic from about 1979 straight into the 80s. Everybody was basing and whopping, you hear me? And snorting and smoking rock. You can see young people all over the place picking up rock. I was quite surprised when everybody I know started picking up rock. I couldn't figure out what this was. But the Americans bring in the coke. And between our drug enforcement unit and our defense force, they end up with 1/4 of the cocaine. That's what happened. They outsmart the Americans. And they end up with the coke. So Mother Pratt was then forced, because Mother Pratt was Minister of National Security. When the Americans started demanding what happened to their coke, they had already paid certain Defense Force officers their little money. And so they had already given the Americans. So the Americans, if you was on the Lorraine, what you think the Americans did? They put you on the stop list. All right? And so when they were put on the stop list, you know how we like to go to Miami? Well, they show up to go to Miami, and they discover that their name was on the stop list. So this is a wicked history. All right? This is a wicked history. All kind of coke. And brother, I was told that if you were looking for pure cocaine, it was on the Lorraine. And so everybody made money. All right? I don't know what the Americans make. But between the Defense Force and the Royal Bahamas Police Force, they had more coke, man. Man, they had coke. It was plenty coke. Supplied by a country who say it was our friend, the United States of America. Okay? But when it was all over, our country had quite a number of bags left here. And then the Americans put everyone that they suspected of being a part of the gangsterism on the stop list. I don't think I need to go any further because there's a man named here. I'm mad, so I don't want to read his name. So that's what's going on. And this is why I want Marvin to stop. Other than that, I'm going to have to read the next page where Marvin Hero was personally accused by the commission. The commission say he was responsible. All right? So Marvin them don't remember the history. So I'm going to advise Marvin, go and get your copy of the Lorraine report. This now costs $34. Read about the senior men and senior officers of the Defense Force whom the Commission of Inquiry point, not a finger, a whole hand at them. And as they sat down to conclude, the late president of the Commission of Inquiry, what's his name? Justice Stanley Moore. He raised his hand and he pointed at the Defense Force and the Drug Enforcement Unit. Then Archbishop Drexel Gomez, you know what kind of man he is. He pointed his whole hand. And Sir Albert Miller, they point their hands at the Commission of Inquiry and they identify the officers. And then they look at the Drug Enforcement Unit. They also identified. You don't have to take my word for it. They have moved the government publication office in the cabinet office. And they charged me $34 for this book. So go get it. So you can see what the Defense Force and the Drug Enforcement Unit of the Bahamas did. Because if this was a revolutionary country, those men could have been charged with crimes against the state. And who knows? They may have gone to jail for a long time. So this is it here. And I now call on Marvin Dames to reconsider. Other than that, I may read this again, and this time call his hero name. And this is protected by privilege. This is protected by privilege. But you know, these are my people. I just want my people to count the bullets. I demand a public counting of all the bullets and a public counting of all the guns. May Terence Bastian report, auditor report, be accepted. And may Marvin Dames back and allow the law to be applied. My spiritual advisor, having
interesting. Yes, very interesting. But I have no view on that. It is what it is with that, you know. The implications were serious.
Very serious.
Very, very serious.
Man was plenty coke?
Yeah.
Listen, I am told that coke was so strong that when they made rock from the coke, there was no rock. Like those rocks.
Yeah.
So that is what's going on. And Mother Pratt was forced to get rid of some of them. Yeah?
You said it interesting, eh? Crimes against the state if they were charged, eh? Or found guilty. That is very interesting, Mr. Monica.
Very interesting, my spiritual advisor.
Yeah. You looking for this?
Well, in the magistrate court, a former PLP senator, Frank Smith, he appeared in court today. Yesterday, when he went to court, it would appear that the prosecution was not ready. But the magistrate is a saved and sanctified woman, and she's a pastor in the Church of God of Prophecy. And the magistrate has made it clear to the prosecution that she has put aside a number of days to hear the case. And she was not prepared to adjourn. So we are told that court convened today and that there might have been at least one witness who was testified. So we'll have to wait to see what the news is reporting. And it is interesting to note that yesterday an argument developed over the fact that the court did not have a stenographer. And I blame it on Alison Maynard, because when Alison Maynard was Attorney General, she made a decision that the court will not have any more stenographer. You heard me? Alison. And I know who caused her to make that decision. But I'm not going to tell you all it's me, but it was me. I'm not going to tell you how I got her to do it. But she took out the stenographer. You know, the thing? She took it out. I made her do it. But I'm not going to tell you how I was able to pull that off. Not now. I'll save that for another rowdy day. So, it is interesting how this case is developing. And as you know, we're not allowed to discuss current cases because it is regarded as sub judice. But once it is reported, well, we can discuss that. How does it sound, my spiritual advisor?
All right. Sounds great, Mr. Monica. Sounds great.
Do you have any text? Because today, you have text?
Yeah, man, I have
Let's
some
hear
text.
a couple of texts, my
We're
spiritual
going to get 2 minutes
advisor.
before the break, but anyhow, let me just read a couple quickly here.
Yes.
Spiritual advisor and senator, is it true that...
If it is an unsaved text, go to another one.
What's wrong with our people,
Just
man?
go to another one, my spiritual advisor.
Let's see. Mr. Monica, I encourage you to stay on the wall. Let them know that you have started the work and you cannot come down.
This is
Nehemiah.
powerful.
Sounds like Nehemiah the prophet.
I shall
Your
build
goal
a
is
wall.
to secure a future for the Bahamian people. We're praying for you. Let's see. That one is lengthy. I will skip that one. Wow. All right, no, that one is Mr. Monica, go ahead. You have any text on your phone?
If I have text, my spiritual
Some
advisor, of
these
course I have
texts
text.
It's gonna take 17.
What happened to your text?
That's all the text for now.
Okay.
I can't read the rest of it.
Mr. Monka, how are you? God is good. Yes. What else do we have here? Good day, Mr. Monka. The people at National Insurance Board are getting treated badly. The HR department is terrible and the head has to go. All right. So that's it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back shortly as we look at some of the pressing political issues in the country. When I come back, I will tell you that I'm ready now to go to court with Frankie. And the word to be in Monroe is less lock and load and less challenge Frankie because Pop is on my side. This is Freedom March. We'll be right back after the break.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker, and I'm joined in studio by my spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll. And of course, we are now learning that there is breaking news taking place in the magistrate court, where the lone accused, apparently doing her testimony, she told the magistrate she thinks she's being used and she doesn't know why she is in court. So that is an interesting development taking place. And the anticipated trial of former public hospital authority chairman Frank Smith was scheduled to begin yesterday, but was pushed back to commence today at 10 a.m. at the magistrate court. Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt stated that she, in fact, was ready to start before 10 a.m. But it was brought to her attention that, well, you got to turn the page as usual, my spiritual advisor. Yeah. What page is this? This is page 2. That told the Chief Magistrate Ferguson Pratt explained to the court that the Supreme Court takes precedent over junior courts, like the magistrate court. So everyone had to wait until Mr. Gomez was completed with appellate court. Additionally, court inefficiencies also contributed to the delay, such as not having a stenographer present to record the trial proceeding, which Chief Magistrate Ferguson Pratt urged was a necessity for her in order for her to continue forth with the trial. Well, it looks like controversy is developing in the court because the lone complainant seems to be questioning why she is in court. Do we have something online, my spiritual advisor?
Let me just read another text.
Go to the statement.
Yes, something came in.
What's the matter? If you're afraid to read it, pass it to me.
I'm not afraid to read it. It's just that some of these people who call themselves journalists and reporting, I don't know if they are. Where can I find this now? Here's what it says. Okay, read that then, because that's a propaganda.
Breaking news. Virtual complainant Miss Hannah tells Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt, "Your worship, I don't know why I am here, and I feel I'm being used." Former PLP Senator Frank Smith's bribery case opens with a bang as the accused tell the judge she don't know why she is here. All we can say is this will not end well, so we have to see what is taking place. So that is the latest development taking place out of the magistrate court. So we have to remain tuned in to see how this prosecution is taking place. Do we have anything else coming in on the wire, my spiritual advisor?
No, let me see if anybody else has any text here for you. Good day, Mr. Monker. What went wrong with NHI and who's at fault for it not coming through? I think Allison Maynard Gibson would make a nice guest or pop on your show, Mr. Monker. Mr. Monker, as a regular viewer to your show, I'm so confused. One day, you're in FNM, and then you're with the PLP, and now you claim to be following the former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. Who are you with, Mr. Monker?
I'm a citizen of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and elections are over. We're interested in nation building, and we're interested in critiquing whatever policy that the FNM comes forward with, which we do not believe is in the interest of the Bahamian people. And I'm more than convinced, having met with Mr. Ingram on Sunday and having heard what his views are. his views are consistent with those citizens who believe in putting the nation first. And that's it. All right? Any other text, my spiritual advisor?
Yeah, let me see. It might be a couple more that came in. Good day, gentlemen. Bryland has changed. We got some people who ain't from Bryland, but they don't want to see poor people make money. They fired all the Bryland maids and they hire all strangers. We need to march in Bryland, Mr. Montgomery.
I quite agree with you.
We need help, and our MP ain't doing anything. He only looking out for himself. Let's see. Mr. Monica, Kenyatta Gibson is currently inside the Gaming Board office in Freeport, and he showed up in a police van.
Okay, maybe he's a police. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello.
A very pleasant evening.
Hello, how are
Happy
you?
day.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
The Senator?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing? How the special advisor doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Yeah, I thank you for what you've done for me yesterday on the Island Lock Television. This is Brother Dexter Sweetie Thompson.
Okay.
And I appreciate what you've done. The question I'd like to ask the whole society in Nassau Village where I live, where is our MP, Mr. Mutri? I haven't seen him ever since election, during the campaign. I haven't seen him. I called the Urban Renewal. There's no policeman at the Urban Renewal Center. I'm a mayor here for 51 years.
Listen, sweetie, I'm going to tell you what to do. You will find the speaker, your MP, on Bay Street at the House of Assembly. Go there, visit him, and once you get there, call me. You take good care. God save the Queen. Hello?
Yes,
welcome.
I'm with you. But I'd like to see the police cars riding back again, yesteryear.
Sweetie,
I've been here from
listen to me.
1967.
And
Go
to the House of Assembly.
1982.
I want you to listen to me. You will find the speaker at the House of Assembly. He's doing nothing. That's where he's at. Go there and speak to him and call me when you get there. Okay? Take good care. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Next caller. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Hello?
Yes? Speak up. Speak up. Next caller. Okay. Now, going forward, when I say next caller, nobody answer. Next caller. Okay? Yes, my spiritual advisor.
All right. Let me see if any more texts here. I actually cut the phone off. I shouldn't have
Well,
done
while
that.
you're looking for it, let's look at the Nassau Guardian and the response of Dr. Sands. Because tuberculosis in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is becoming a national epidemic. And I don't like how the government is playing it down. So on the front page of the Nassau Guardian, Dr. Sands says, more TB cases detected. There are 4 confirmed cases of active tuberculosis, TB, on Eleuthera. Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands revealed today. Sands, who spoke to reporters outside the cabinet, also revealed that there have been 380 confirmed cases of people with positive Mantoux skin tested for tuberculosis on that island. 380. Meanwhile, on New Providence, the number of teachers and students with positive Mantoux skin tests for tuberculosis at Aaron Bailey Senior High School has grown from 10 to 36. Despite the noticeable increase, Sands suggested that there is no cause for concern, and I disagree with him. He said, though chest x-rays still have to be performed on the affected people, health officials do not believe that any of the school's faculty or students have active cases of tuberculosis. We have just about completed the screening of the students, SAN said. We have done about 700 to 800 students and all of the teachers and staff. 8 of the teachers have been shown to have positive Mantox or skin tests. I'm very frightened, very, very frightened over this epidemic. Very, very frightened because TB is highly contagious. And I need to know how many students go to Aram Bailey. Very, very concerned because it's spreading. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
Hi, how are you?
Right here, my dear. What's on your mind?
I'd like to have the phone number of your spiritual advisor, please.
My spiritual advisor, your phone number quickly.
814-6096.
Repeat for me, please.
814-6096.
Thank you so much. I'll call you.
Okay.
Absolutely. After the show, though. After the show.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other call? Okay, my spiritual advisor. So that is what is taking place.
I wonder what I do now.
This morning at 6 a.m., I was driving along Ponciana and, of course, Ponciana Wolf Road, that intersection, where members of the immigration department were out in full force. I want the immigration department to recognize that when I'm driving at 6 a.m. in the morning and it's dark, I'm not stopping for no Negroes. Unless, of course, I can clearly identify it's the police. I can recognize the police, okay? And I'm suspicious. I don't want any games. Any immigration officer attempt to stop me, I shall resist it. Because you all know I know Haitian. All right? I'm a citizen of the Bahamas of Haitian descent. And let me make that clear. Look at my face good. And I shall not surrender to the immigration. We can fight. Okay? Because y'all ain't gonna miss and take me to no detention center without a struggle. Now, if the police there, there'll be no fight because the police know that I'm not a Haitian national. Tout moun haïtien. Matin, les moi aller dans club breakfast, en pile immigration, campé avant gas station. And ma pas stoppé parce que ma kwe immigration basement kembe moi pour mettre dans detention center. And si immigration kembe moi ma batte ak yo parce que moi-même pas aller dans detention center avant bataille ak immigration yo. My spiritual advisor, would I be right to resist the immigration if they try to catch me?
Would you be ready to resist them?
Yeah.
I mean, why would they try to catch you? Are you Haitian? Who say Haitian? No. Just make sure you have your documents on you, that's all.
You mean I was traveling with my passport? I'm not going to let Brent Simlet subject me to that. But man, they had more immigration.
Really?
And they wouldn't come on the side of the road, man.
Oh,
Goodness
boy.
almighty. Suppose I was in a saved man. I had to slow down and I turned my face the other way. Because I didn't want to get catch.
Ah, boy.
What should I do if they catch me?
Well, Mr. Monica, nobody's coming to catch you, man. You need to tell your people, make sure
What you mean nobody coming to catch me?
Yeah, for what?
Be careful. You think I tell lies, eh? You want a story?
Oh, come on now.
Do
Mr.
you want a
Monica.
story?
Don't do that on national
Do
TV,
you
man.
know? What you like that? You know where I was living in Black Village? 4:30 one morning. All kind of man was beating around my house.
Yeah?
And I keep asking, who this is? They had me so frightened. And then they say the immigration. So I peep outside. They had the whole of my place surrounded by the immigration. So I must open up the door. I don't know who they thought I was hiding in there. I had to call the permanent secretary.
Wow.
And I told the permanent secretary, that they had my house surrounded with immigration. And I call upon him to tell them, get from around my place making up my baby children.
Wow.
Yeah, that is true. So you see, I don't tell lies.
Okay.
All right?
Fair enough.
You don't want me to call the permanent secretary name.
Don't do that, no.
Okay.
No.
So it's a true story. Any more texts? Open up the telephone. Any more texts?
Yeah, I got
Read text,
yeah,
man.
we got a couple of texts, yeah.
Read text.
Let's
Read
see.
text. Read text.
Here we go. Spiritual advisor, every time I watch this show, you make me so upset because your response to any allegations the senator makes against the FNM are very nonchalant. It's like you don't want to touch anything. And I love me some Rodney Monka. This person is from Canada, Mr. Monka.
Really?
Yeah, that's where this text came from.
This is powerful.
Yeah, they say I just made them upset, eh?
But you have to repent.
Yeah.
More text.
Pick a number and join the line, sweetie. Mr. Roll, when the government...
When the what?
Mr. Roll, when the government will give out contracts for the clinic, we have to ramble to get to the government new hospital in Marsh Harbor. You understand that text, Mr. Monka?
Well, not fully, but go ahead.
Mr. Monka, ain't no stopping the Haitian people now. Really?
Go ahead.
Mr. Monka, Senator, do you know of anyone who likes the white pure powder?
What is white pure powder? Listen, don't talk no cocaine talk on this TV, eh? Because the possession of cocaine is illegal. And you could go to jail. Okay? So stop that. Go ahead.
They need to check Mr. Campbell, Mr. Monka. I call upon immigration to pick up. Yeah, I love you, Mr. Spiritual Advisor from the woman them. You see what you causing now? Good day, Mr. Monka. Wishing you a happy birthday. May you live to
Talking
see
about happy birthday.
anymore.
Today, what is today's date?
Today is the 29th.
Today's my brother's birthday.
The 29th.
Mighty Monka. If you see my brother, tell him I say happy birthday. My brother, Mighty Monka. It's his birthday. And guess what? Tomorrow is my birthday. And I shall be 60 plus. Go ahead.
Here we go. Let me see if you have any more texts here, Mr. Monka. Mr. Monka, I didn't know Fred was a prophet.
Who's Fred?
So said, so done.
Is he talking to about Fred Mitchell?
I assume.
Yeah, Fred Mitchell is a prophet.
Good evening, Senator Monka and Brother Spiritual Advisor. You all are the best TV have to offer. My brothers did hear the PM label as fake news. Ramorfio ministerial portfolios being taken away from him. Well, good, gentlemen. On August the 2nd, 2017, the Government Gazette says that the PM did exactly that. This is powerful, Mr. Monka, and God help us all.
Yep.
Mr. Monka, they're selling undersized lobster on Facebook. What's next? Mr. Wells, what's going to happen now?
Well,
Our
tell them it's
children's
against
future.
the law to do that. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, Mr. Monka.
Yes,
How are you?
I'm fine.
That's good. That's good. This
Are you a
is the
boy or girl?
gentleman Who is the F&M gentleman?
Are you a boy?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
go ahead, son. What's on your mind?
I just want to say a happy birthday to you already.
Well, I thank you. You're so kind.
Yes, and spiritual advisor.
Hey, good afternoon. How you doing?
Keep him on the right path. You all doing good. The public love you all.
You think so?
Children love you all.
Wow.
You all. This is very powerful. So let's just get it together, and you all don't stop. But don't forget now, the PLP didn't do good. It's the FNM who did good. Thank
Okay.
you.
You take good
You're
care,
welcome, young man. Take care.
Well, you say the FNM is doing good, but they're fighting like cat and dog. And Papa is shame of them. Any more texts? Because you keep telling me about these texts, and I hear you reading them.
Whoa. Hi, spiritual advisor, Mr. Monka. We have more cases of tuberculosis in Eleuthera The Minister of Health is telling the public,
Go ahead.
it's not telling the public, it's really out of hand. What are we to do, Mr. Monica? This rate is climbing out of control.
Goodness of mercy. Well, at the moment, I don't know what to say other than to tell you, listen to the health officials. Whatever Dr. Dwayne Sands say to do, do. Whatever he says not to do, do. You know, I'm not an expert, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy me some masks. And
Yeah, apparently that's the route you have to
you
take
think,
now.
you think if I
because
wear masks?
with all the people, you go into these various places and people are sneezing and coughing and you don't know who's who in the zoo. You know, so, man, I guess that's what a lot of people are going to have to do to prevent it from spreading.
And then I think I'm going to drink some bush medicine. I can't prescribe bush medicine for y'all because I am not a doctor.
You need to call Dr. Dwayne Sands and invite him on Freedom March. All right?
I'm afraid to invite him.
Why?
Because Dr. Minnis is going to victimize him.
No.
You want
no.
evidence of it?
Dr. Dwayne Sands
You want evidence of it?
is a man of his own.
Dr.
All right?
Dwayne Sands
Invite him.
recommended to Dr. Minnis
Invite him to come on the show.
that, what chip he name?
Um,
What Mr. Chipman mean?
Rich Chipman.
Who was the member of parliament?
Oh, Reese Chipman.
Not him. Not him.
Rich Chipman.
Chipman, who Brent Simnett took his seat.
Oh, that Chipman.
You don't know what his name is?
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Okay, him.
Okay.
Dr. Sands recommended that he be appointed
Chipman.
in charge of national insurance. You heard me? Minnis agreed. And as soon as Dr. Sands turned away,
Hubert Chipman.
Hubert Chipman worked in Elizabeth Estate, helped Dwayne to win. And Dwayne Sands, I ain't get this from Dwayne Sands. Dwayne Sands asked Dr. Minnis if he could appoint him to head national insurance according to a senior Negro in the F&M. What you think Dr. Minnis did? He told him yes. And as soon as Dr. Sands left, Minnis changed his mind. Minnis is a hateful man.
Yeah, but don't do that. I think there's a public concern about the TB outbreak, and who's best to explain it better than the...
We're not talking about TB. We're talking about national insurance.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm telling you to invite Dr. Sands to your
I
show.
say, Minnis ain't gonna want him to
That
come.
ain't your call, though.
Huh?
Invite him. He's been on other shows.
Yeah, but
He's been on other shows.
he's not allowed.
Why
to,
not?
This is
No,
an
don't do-
F&M
no, you-
show.
you can't say that.
Minnis don't want him on the F&M show.
All
right?
something else, eh?
Well, Minnis
Dr.
blocked
Dwayne
Chipman.
Sands is your friend, you know.
What Chipman name? What
Hubert,
Mr.
Hubert Chipman.
Hubert Chipman. It wasn't Dr. Dwayne Sands. It was Minnis. He did it. Okay? And he think it's funny. All right? Anyway. That's
But
what happened.
there's a lot of concern in Eleuthera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
man,
people of Eleuthera contact me.
And I think they need some answers.
They
you
want
know?
me to come down. I tell them I can't come down because I too skinny to get Stevie.
Yeah. It's
Huh?
a very contagious disease.
Very contagious.
And it attacks some
All
vital
right.
organs.
Huh?
It attacks some very vital organs. So,
Yeah.
your system could shut down after a while if not treated properly. It could result in death, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
TB is a very, very serious
What TB
disease.
doing in the Bahamas?
Somebody brought it here, Mr. Monica. We have a lot of visitors come to the Bahamas, you know. We get
Okay.
over 5 million every year. So, all of a sudden TB is just showing its ugly head. So, obviously somebody brought it here. I'm thinking that maybe our people from down south. I could be wrong.
Be careful now.
I could be wrong.
You be careful.
Forgive me.
Because Papa say
Yeah, forgive me.
he's surprised over that boat. You know people been on that boat.
Yeah,
No?
that could be the answer there.
That may not be the answer.
You never know.
It might have been a drug boat.
Ah,
It might have been a gunboat.
a drug
It
boat.
might have been a boat
A
that
drug boat
the
landing so
F&M
close
put
to-
there.
A drug boat landing so close to the Defense Force base?
Well, did they catch anybody? Huh?
No.
The only waking boat, the only boat that might have been able to detect it, Minnis sent it to Dominica. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. Papa, why don't you come back? Papa should come back. This is Freedom March. We'll be right back after the break.
Do you have something to say to the senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. My spiritual advisor is Bradley Roll. And of course, I told my spiritual advisor how, while having breakfast, well, Mr. Bradley Roberts entered my quiet spot. And before I knew it, breakfast turned into lunch, all at his expense. And then as I departed, he called me back and he said, listen, I have a gift for you. I have a book for you and one for the spiritual advisor. Bradley Roberts has written this book called Big Bad Brad. And while we were on the break, I went through it and I came across a passage that tickled me. After I take the call, I'll go to the passage and see whether or not it will tickle you. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, Mr. Monker.
Sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I listen to your show. At times, it's very nice to listen to.
Okay.
But I follow politics with the F&M from 1982.
Okay.
When I was living in St. Michael's.
Yes.
But Mr. Ingram, our former Prime Minister, I respect him.
Okay.
But the problem is what I had with him, he is not a man that can stay in the House Assembly when he are opposition.
Okay.
And that's the problem I had with him. And I said he did it twice.
Tell me the first time he did it.
He will not enter the race.
Tell me the first time he did it.
Huh?
What was the first time that Mr. Ingram refused to remain in opposition?
In 2003 election.
Okay.
And then 2007 election.
Okay.
When he said the F&M sent back for him. But I know the situation with that, but I wouldn't go down memory lane.
Okay.
But all I'm telling you, he is not a man can take the beating.
That isn't
when
true,
he is
you know.
opposition.
That is not true.
It is true. Because when he came in 1992, the F&M had already paved the way there.
Y'all stop it.
Don't tell me.
Stop it.
See, you was a man from party to party. I stick with my party.
Yeah, but I know your party better than you.
No.
Oh, yeah, and I know Mr. Ingram better than you.
Yeah, you might know him better than me, but I know him good too.
Let me put the question to you.
Do
you remember when he was invited to take over the party before the death of Sir Cecil? You remember that?
Of course.
You remember when Algernon Allen went to the Daily Nail, issue a statement attacking Sir Cecil as he lay on his dying bed, inviting Mr. Ingram to take over. You remember that?
Yeah, but then the F&M had to accept him.
You remember when Sir Cecil came to Nassau, called a rally at Aaron Bailey Park, and cursed out Algernon Allen?
I was there.
You remember when Mr. Ingram said that as long as Sir Cecil lives, he shall not move to take over the party? You remember that?
Yes.
You remember when Sir Orville Turnquest and all the other merry men went to Mr. Ingram and offered him their sweetheart, the F&M. And Mr. Ingram, recognizing that they didn't take good care of their sweetheart, what did he do?
Yeah.
He found her new torch, new dress, dress her up, and took her to victory.
Mr. Munger.
Now you're jealous.
Mr. Munger.
Yes.
Do you know that Mr. Ingram was trying to come back this last election?
Papa's
Yeah.
back. What you want to come back?
He ain't no back.
Who win the election?
He was trying to get there, but he was blocked.
Who block him?
Who blocked him?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call the name.
You ain't man enough to.
No, I is man.
Who blocked Papa?
I'm not gonna call. See,
You call his
you
name,
go,
and
you
I'll tell
go
Papa.
calling people's name too much. There are times you call names, and there are times you do not.
You love Papa?
Of course I do.
If you love Papa, say it 3 times.
I love Papa. I love Papa. I love Papa.
You're a great man.
Yeah.
I thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Man is powerful, eh? He loves Papa. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you, man?
Great, you man.
Spiritual advisor, how
Hey,
you doing?
good afternoon. How you
Do
doing,
you
man?
love Papa?
That's good. Want to say thank you for doing a great job, a super job. Mr. Minnis, gotta give it up to him. And I gotta give it up to Brent Simonet and Papa. And I also gotta give it up to the Deputy Prime Minister. All right? Now we have to show respect because what they are doing now, Perry Christie and them 5 stooges wasn't doing nothing. So we have to put it together and look. You have to stop beating the F&M. I'm tired every day and watching your show, and you're bashing our Prime Minister.
He's my Prime Minister too.
And you're talking, cursing, and negative talk. Man, come on, the devil is a liar. And you're talking about you're not safe. Come on, Mr. Monka.
Who's not safe?
You're not safe, man.
You wouldn't know a saved man if you see one.
Come on, man, let's get it together.
Listen,
But you have a good day.
I thank you, my Negro brother.
Hey, spiritual advisor, let's get it together now.
Listen, go and sin no more.
All right, one more question.
Go ahead.
Who you think will win?
Win what?
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day? Talking
Yes,
about
sir.
Boxing Day, I have a Junkanoo group called Bush Warriors. And
Oh,
I need people to
goodness.
come rush with me because every Junkanoo I hang murderers in effigy. You want to
No,
rush
man,
with me?
you saying them things.
Huh? I have a
You
Junkanoo.
saying them things.
I
But
have a-
listen, I on the job.
Okay. Do well. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mankin, spiritual advisor.
Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
good afternoon. How you
Man, y'all
doing?
make my day every day.
Ah,
We're
thank
happy
God
to
for
hear
that.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
And listen,
Absolutely.
I don't want nobody calling there and insulting y'all. Nobody.
I thank
Absolutely.
you. You just
Absolutely.
curse them out if they insult us, okay?
I will.
This is
I
powerful.
mean, y'all 2 men look so handsome. They tell him, don't do that.
Oh,
You
thank
know,
you.
my birthday tomorrow, right?
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, dear.
I'm going to be 60 plus.
Well, I'm going to call you tomorrow. I don't want to be ahead of time.
Okay, my love.
Okay, y'all have a good evening
You
now.
do the same,
Thank
ma'am.
you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Bye-bye.
This is powerful. Anybody else on the phone? Spiritual advisor, this is Bradley Roberts' book.
Yes,
There's
Mr.
always
Roberts.
been allegation in this
Wow.
book as to whether or not Mr. Robert was a UBP. I'm going to take you to page 60 of the book, and I'm going to read. And this is Mr. Roberts. I'm quoting. My story leads me to a lesson for young aspiring politicians, the ones who think the sun just started shining out of their backsides when they first walk into the House of Assembly. You see, I demonstrated that I had stepped forward and was not totally inspired by self-promotion. I knew I could not win Shirley, not in 1977 or in 1982. Yet I filled the vacancy for the party, funding my campaign out of my own pockets, even after having lost twice and having served on many committees and having endured the gossip which asserted that I was once a UBP. I continued to be open to serving however I could, and not for a single moment until Lady Penling called did I feel entitled to move up in rank and representation in the organization. So you see, it was only a gossip which asserted that Mr. Roberts was a UBP. Okay? I thought.
And what page is that on?
This is page 60, my spiritual advisor.
And how old are you?
How old am I now? I'm 60.
Okay.
But tomorrow, I'll be 60.
61.
But my brother's birthday is today. Happy birthday, brother. Brother Mighty Moncur. If you see him, tell him I say I wish him a happy, happy birthday. And I love him. Okay? I love him for all them good things he did for me as a child and continued to do for me as a grandfather.
Yes.
This is powerful, isn't it?
It's always good to have.
So, Bradley Roberts has a book called Big Bad Brad, the autobiography of the Honorable Bradley B.E. Roberts, National Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Member of Parliament for 25 years, and Cabinet Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And listen to me, those young people who wants to understand the history of the modern Bahamas, you buy these books and they're put in your library and you find time and read them. That's how I'm able to beat these Negroes, you know. They don't know that I'm quietly reading the various political history and doing research. And that is what you need to do. Now, I didn't pay for this book. He gave this to me free. And he sent one for the spiritual advisor because he told me the spiritual advisor, father and him are good friends.
Very good.
Very,
very good friends.
Very good friends.
Very good friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I said, although you give this to me free, how much do these cost?
Yeah, how much it cost?
He said $27.
Okay, okay.
So I've instructed Joe Blacks to find $27 and take it to Bradley Roberts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, okay.
But it's great. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hi.
Hi.
Mr. Moncur and spiritual advisor.
Hi, good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great, great.
Nice to be watching you all.
Yep.
Mr. Moncur, I just heard you mention that Mighty is your brother.
Yes.
I grew up in the Coconut Grove area, and now that you mentioned that, I could see the resemblance.
Is he as handsome as I?
Yes, and he was married to my best friend back from Highbury High School.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
that is true.
Genevieve?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was my best friend.
She's
back
now
in the
deceased,
day.
you know.
Yeah, now I know.
Yeah.
You have a brother named Cecily. What was Cecil?
Cecil.
Cecil?
Yeah.
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 I knew him too.
Yeah. Isn't he a handsome guy with
yeah,
a lot of
you are
freckles?
a handsome man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are very handsome.
Yes, okay, Mr. Moncur, spiritual advisor.
Yes,
okay, bye-bye.
Take
Hello,
care,
welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello.
Sir?
Hello.
Yes, speak
Mr.
to me.
Moncur, how you doing?
Listen, I'm here trying to, you know.
That's good, my spiritual advisor. You all right?
I'm doing great, man.
What's
How
on
about
your mind,
yourself?
comrade?
I have a bone to pick with one of your callers, man.
Okay, go ahead.
See,
Pick
that
the
sound
bone.
like my boy. He come and he cuss you, and you was my boy. You
Yeah.
understand? He cussed and he told boy, you talk about the F&M.
Right.
And he don't know that you was the F&M.
I'm an F&M.
Man, come on, man. You just pointing out the
Yeah.
garbage they did.
Listen,
You understand?
everybody in my family is F&M, except
Man,
my
I just-
uncle in Freeport.
You see, I tried call him just now, but he wouldn't answer my phone because he know I know his voice.
Yes.
So I don't know. I just want to let him know because I know he watching. Stop it, man. Leave my boy alone.
Oh, powerful.
And just listen. Because this is powerful. You understand me?
Indeed it is, my brother.
You take your time, man.
Yeah, all the
Listen.
best.
You take your time.
Yeah, man, all the best,
You're
man.
good,
All the
man.
best.
Yeah,
Thank you very
absolutely.
much for your
Absolutely.
support.
Queen.
God
All
save
right.
the Queen. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Moncur.
Hello, my dear.
How you doing? Good afternoon, spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Great.
You and Mr. Moncur are doing an excellent job. You must keep up the good work.
We
Thank
thank you.
I want to send out a birthday greetings to a very special lady, Lucy Johnson, and it's coming from all the Baintown past, all the people in Baintown, Brenda, Shandira, and her children, Synovia, TJ, and Nico. Lucy, enjoy your day.
When is her birthday?
Her birthday is today.
Lucy. Lucy birthday is today?
Yes, her birthday is today.
Lucy Johnson, you must be a good woman because my brother birthday is today and he's a good man. Happy birthday, Lucy. This is powerful. Take it care, my love.
Mr. Manka.
Yes?
And my sister is the lady we just called a while ago.
Really?
She is one of the women there.
Oh, hallelujah. And you are one of the women too, right?
She's gone.
All I got is the woman down. This is powerful. Listen, my birthday is tomorrow. I want you all to pray for me so that I can continue to be well. You know, birthday, Thursday, and wedding anniversary is Friday. Isn't that powerful? I hope the woman take me to a restaurant. Don't you think she should take me to a restaurant?
She should. I got a couple more texts, yeah.
Hello, welcome to Freedom Match. Hello? Speak to me.
Hi, Mr. Monica. How are you?
Listen, my love, I am so happy today. My brother's birthday is today. And if I live to see tomorrow, I'll be 60 plus.
Oh, that's so wonderful. I just want to say a special happy birthday to you.
I thank you.
And I also want to send a special happy birthday out to my auntie, Miss Johnson, Mavis Johnson up in Carmichael Road. She's one of the women.
Mavis Johnson.
Yes.
You don't mean Mavis Latusma, though, not Sidney Colley's wife.
No.
Okay. Well, this is powerful. Mavis Johnson.
And also a special hello to all of my Androsian family and Andros.
Okay, they're wonderful people, Androsians.
Yes, Mr. Monica. Thank you.
God bless you, my love.
All right.
This is powerful. Anybody else on the phone? Spiritual advisor? Do we have more texts?
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Monica. I will be sending you a gift for your birthday. And this is the gift.
Wow, it is
nice.
A beautiful F&M glass.
Yeah,
Send
beautiful.
it to me.
It's beautiful.
So I can put it on my table. It's beautiful. Anybody else you said on the phone? No. Okay, go ahead, spiritual advisor. Read text.
Mr. Monica, I want to nominate you for being in Grandstown in 2022. And I'm wondering if the spiritual advisor would like to run for Southern Shores in 2022. Mind you, I did think about probably getting into politics, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
since Frankie is not a Bahamian.
Yeah. I may think about running in Southern Shores.
And you can speak Haitian Creole. In fact, you look like one of my people. Menace would be happy to run you.
You think so?
Of course. Menace only run Frankie because he was looking for a person who could speak Creole.
I don't know if that's the case.
Take it from me. I know. Hello. Welcome to Freedom Match.
Hello, Mr. Monka.
Hello. This boy or girl?
Hello, this is the gentleman, Mr. Monka.
Okay. What's on your mind again? This is the second time calling.
I just want to say that spiritual advisor,
Hey.
you need to go and run, and it's a beautiful idea because you're with the #1 guy.
Okay.
And,
all right.
And Mr. Monka, I just want to say, Mr. Robinson, he's doing a very good job.
Who Robinson?
Travis Robinson.
Do you know his birthday and my birthday is tomorrow?
Of course, you think I know that?
I can remember when he born. Pa tell me, listen, I just had a baby boy born.
But I'm trying to tell you, don't beat Travis.
I don't beat Travis.
Travis is a good MP.
I don't do nothing to Travis. Every time I see Travis in Jamaica.
You talk
Him and the Minister of Tourism, what they doing in Jamaica? All the F&M doing. Minister said that the PLP fly up and down. But if you check, Jeff Lloyd flying. The Nuncio Diagla flying. This time he flying with Travis.
Monka, excuse me, Mr. Monka. You sound like you hurt.
I'm not hurt. If the F&M said that the PLP is flying too much, why they flying? Huh? Why they flying?
They flying because it's the F&M. Why you wanted the PLP to win? That's your party, you know.
Yeah, my party's the F&M, but they ain't no good.
Come on, listen, and Papa wouldn't like that.
Papa is good. Papa's mad with them, you know.
Papa wouldn't like that, what you saying about them.
Listen, you'll be surprised to know what Papa told me about them. Be careful.
Mr. Monka.
Do well, comrade.
Booyaka, Mr. Monka.
No, don't say it like that. You need to use a rough voice. All right?
How to say it, Mr. Monka?
Booyaka! Say it.
Booyaka!
Oh, Jesus. I don't know what Travis doing with you. Hello, welcome to Freedom Match.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Sir.
Yeah, I'd like to say this. On the news, right?
Yes.
this fake news thing what has been published.
Yes.
It's, I mean, now you have Anthony Newell, who's the press, saying, press secretary saying that
Yes.
Some error was
Yes.
inside this thing, this cassette.
Yeah.
It was fake news from the beginning.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to sugarcoat it now.
Yeah.
What?
Listen.
People fool?
No.
And then also,
Fake news
I
mean
listened.
Dr.
Sorry,
Minnis.
I don't want to cut you.
Go ahead.
But I just want to say that also, you had from Minister for Works mentioning that he wants to build 2 new schools.
Yeah.
And it's fine. No problem with that. But yet another question came to him: what about the roads?
What did he say?
Can't fix roads, but you want to build 2 new schools.
Well, what road do they want him to fix? Because Papa fixed all the road before he left.
All these holes everywhere. Holes everywhere.
Okay.
Road bad, East Street.
Yeah.
Horrible. I could go on and on.
Okay, but the F&M need to fix it. You're right. Okay?
Thank you.
You're a good man. Hello, welcome to Freedom Match. Okay, that person hang up. Spiritual advisor, do we have more
yeah,
text?
we got some more text here.
I want Travis
here we
Generals to learn how to say booyaka. Booyaka is a masculine way. So you have to rough your voice, okay? Don't say booyaka. It is booyaka, or it don't work.
Mr. Monka, please send a happy birthday greetings to my niece, Katira Cunningham.
Katira
from her aunt
Cunningham.
Pinder
Happy
in
birthday
in
from
Meguana. Her aunt Pinder in Meguana.
From your aunt Pinder in
Meguana.
Meguana, listen to us?
Yeah, of course.
Sabascat TV in Meguana?
Yeah.
This is powerful.
Mr. Monka, the winning number is 061 tomorrow.
061.
You're a good man.
Okay.
Mr. Monka, that's
I don't want nothing scandalous.
Yeah, I can't do
okay, because I'm a saved man.
Okay. Apparently, everybody is sending this thing around that.
What's that?
Kenyatta Gibson is apparently in the gaming board office in Freeport.
With the police?
And he showed up with a police van.
Okay.
Any intelligence on that?
I don't have any intelligence. Perhaps.
Does it mean anything?
Maybe he's arresting people. Maybe they're
that may have been
people.
his only mode of transportation.
That may be his only mode of transportation.
Let's see. Why?
Come, spiritual advisor.
Why don't you laugh when they talk about that clown in the F&M? Why don't you read my text? One day I will call.
Which clown is he referring to?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know.
well, you better duck it.
This guy has been cursing me out.
Listen,
all
folks,
day.
we're coming to the end of our show. Tomorrow, it's a great day in my life. I'm praying to survive it. If I make it to tomorrow, I shall be 60 plus. And I give God thanks that I've lived to see 60 and hopefully tomorrow. Because I was born on a Friday.
Let's do this one.
Tomorrow, go ahead, my spiritual
Hi,
advisor.
Mr. Monka. I would like you to wish my mom a happy 85th birthday.
Wow.
This is coming from her children and grandchildren and great-grand.
Wow. What's
Patricia
the mom name?
Daly. We love her. Her name is
Patricia
Patricia
Daly.
Daly, 85 years old.
You must be a blessed woman to be 85. And I thank God for your life, and I thank God for the love of your children who are expressing it by asking to give you this birthday shout out. So we are happy to do it. And then, of course, as we conclude for the day, my brother, Mighty Monka. It's his birthday today, and then tomorrow it is my birthday. And I don't know. I think I'm going to go downstairs where we can have a number of people who's going to be a part of our live audience tomorrow. So, in the meanwhile, I want you all to take good care. And spiritual advisor, you will come tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
So we can play birthday.
Yeah.
As we discussed
Did
the
you
various
tell them what the format is going to be like
issue.
tomorrow?
I told them we're going to have
a
live show.
Right.
All right.
So a lot of things going to be changing.
Yeah, a lot of things
we won't
will
be
be
in
changing.
this regular studio here.
No.
All right.
We'll experiment with downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
no
fine.
problem.
Listen, folks, we thank you for tuning in to Freedom Match. And we want no threats in politics. We're not to threaten the Prime Minister or any members of Parliament.
Absolutely.
Or any ministers of the government. That's illegal. You don't do that. You can criticize without threatening people's life.
Absolutely.
Once you resort to that, it's gangsterism, and the police should come and look for you. And if you're an FNM and you are upset with the Prime Minister, it isn't to threaten his life. You go to the headquarters and you complain. All right? And we FNMs have to learn to stop threatening one another. And, you know, because it's not a proper thing to do in our politics. So, Marvin Dames, you need to talk to your generals who Ace Newbold is saying are threatening the Prime Minister. That is not good for the democracy. We must always have peaceful political discourse. Or do what I do. I saw the Prime Minister under the sea grape tree at Arawa Key, and as soon as they told me that's the Prime Minister, I hid, I run. That is what I did. So, folks,
this is Ronnie Butler.
Take good care. They buried Ronnie Butler today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't recognize that.
Leslie Miller gave him a powerful
send-off.
Send-off.
All right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Legendary.
I'm told
Ronnie
he's
Butler.
Related. Yeah.
Yeah, but this song ain't no save
No,
song.
I will dance tomorrow.
This is not a save song. I can't sing this.
I will dance tomorrow. I may even go in a trance tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
Take
Until
good
tomorrow.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.